your prompt responses and for your flexibility because I managed to start early and to not keep you waiting until later in the day. I just decided to, give you a call and thank you so much for your time. So, how you've been this week?
Better? I'm feeling a little bit better. Like my throat is clearing up and my son's throat is clearing
Thank
up.
God, yes. Okay. Do you take any medications at the moment or just keeping it nice and slow without any?
I've been drinking like vitamins and stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's probably
yeah,
the best option. Okay.
Yeah.
Vitamins is good. How is your son doing? How is he feeling?
He's feeling better a bit, and yeah, and Halloween's coming, so maybe we'll have like a party on Halloween or something. I don't even know.
Hopefully. Do you know the areas in your neighborhood where they decorated the most?
Not really. They don't decorate like super much in this neighborhood, except for like maybe one street that I've seen, so not in this neighborhood, so, but there's like a parade in the city, I think, or something, but sometimes it rains, so I don't know, like last year I think it rained.
Have you thought of joining the parade or watching the parade?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. It's still kind of like far away, so yeah. But, I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, always a good idea to have some options, what to do and where to go, and definitely New York, thank God, got a lot of areas to watch something interesting because in Upper East Side and Upper West Side, all of those old brownstones, they usually decorated very pretty, even like compete with each other, if we may. Downtown, around Chelsea area, and other, like with the brownstones, they also take advantage of the holidays, so yeah.
Well, yeah. I'll see. Maybe I'll go out or something. I don't know.
Do you have an idea for a costume?
Not really. I don't know. I was thinking more of like going somewhere, because you could kind of throw a costume together right away. So yeah.
Nowadays, they even have something like, 90s is a costume now. So if you have anything that is from the 90s or looking like it, like an old flip phone or something, now it's a costume. We are at the point of our lives where our past is a little bit of a Halloween costume when you can buy it.
Yeah, like a dollar store mop on your head or something like that. Yeah.
That is the reality of life, I guess. Okay.
I mostly, yeah. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No. I just wanted to ask, like, overall, how would you describe your mood this week? Anything specific you would like to discuss today, maybe?
Not really. No, not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
All right. I had a plan of introducing you to the idea of inner child. So in psychology in general, it is introduced to people that some of the things that we're bringing to us related many times to patterns of attachment that we had and something that we grew up with. We build up certain relationships with ourselves, and not always it's very supportive. So say CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, or dialectical behavioral therapy, or positive psychology, which become more popular in recent years, talks a lot about how do you talk to yourself. Like, are you your own best friend or not? Are you expecting somebody to be the person who makes decisions, the person who fixes stuff, the person who's in charge? Or can you be that person to yourself? And since virtual sessions giving us an advantage of me sharing some preps, I found this explanation with graphics. What I like about these graphics that they really have this inner child, like of this size, presenting to the main character of the video, and that's probably the best image I would suggest to use. Like, imagine little Ilona. That is this like little girl, a small little girl, and she's still with you, and that's the relationship you gotta build in with yourself. How would you treat yourself, or how with yourself?
Like my son is like my child, so
he is, and there is also a great chance to allow yourself something, rediscover yourself in this way, as long as
I learned a psychology vocab when I transgress my childhood. Like, I think I transgressed it onto him. So sometimes, actually, I'm glad you brought it up, I feel like very bad because I can't give him better than what I had, because I grew up thinking, oh, I'm an immigrant, maybe I had a rough time because, I came from a different country and my parents were struggling, like, financially, and we were moving around and stuff, like, basically until I was a teen, and I have not been able to do better by him. Sometimes I even wonder, because, like, I had, like, a mom and a stepdad and a sister, and I had like step grandparents and grandparents, and he doesn't really. He has like my friends and his friends, and not really like blood family either. That so
it's a little different experience. But if we compare, what do you think better, worse, compared to what? Say when you moved to America, how old you were at the time?
I was like 8, almost 9.
8. So you pretty much remember yourself. 8 years old, it's the age. Like, you're not too little.
Yeah.
You will for some stuff, but you probably have some memories from back when you lived in Russia, or from the trips that you had. Or
yeah, I remember missing like. Oh, I'm glad we got to talk about this. I remember missing my grandmother because I did see her again, but they separated me from her for like 2 years. And I remember it was pretty devastating to me because I didn't, like, my grandmother raised me like very closely because my mom was in college. She had me when she was 20, so she was still in school. So my grandmother pretty much raised me. So when they took me to America, those 2 years were like devastating for me. So now I think like, oh my God, because that did happen to like one of my other kids. Because my daughter, she was in the same household as the person whom I left her with. So that's a little different. But my other son, he was also abruptly like taken from me. And I remember how bad it was as a kid to feel that, So I don't know, because he was 4 when that happened. But 8, it did matter, because I remember being like 6, I think, and I missed her already. When I was 6, I was like, I really like missed her. So I don't know, because you were talking about inner child, but whenever you say that, I'm thinking about my my Patrick and stuff, and how much he's like my inner child.
Your child is your child, and you are the idea of inner child. It's rather to take into consideration everything you haven't had when you were younger. Like the fact that you have your own kid gives you a great chance to enjoy those things. Say, Halloween parade. Maybe you as a kid would love to spend some time with your mom and stepdad and go to watch the parade, but they were so busy, you had no money, you had maybe you even lived too far and they just didn't know how to navigate the subway system first. But now as an adult, you can give it back to yourself. Because there are certain things that maybe affected us more than we might think.
There's things that are like, there's that, you're right. And it is what I try to do, but it's also like what I think he should have. That's A. And B, also, there's also, I'm not the only one that's creating this atmosphere. Is the number one thing. Is like, sometimes I feel like the time and the place where I grew up is so different from these people. That's
For example, give me an example.
Oh, I can't even think of it. Oh my god. Well, like I could say that nobody like I didn't have half. I don't even know where it goes. Sometimes I didn't have my mail mixed up or missing as much when I was little. Not that we had this much mail or something. Just like weird little things. I can't even think of anything like right off the bat. But people seem to be a lot more like anxiety and stuff, and it's also actually going back to like the type of crime that they were fighting when I first came here, and it's like really weird. Like that you should start this. Like we started off about you saying like it's like the 90s, like the 90s. Oh no, you mentioned the 90s Halloween costume, and I started thinking about the 90s.
90s is now an era for them to create Halloween costumes. Hello.
Yeah, no, I'm like from the 90s when I went to school, so yeah.
So you can relate. You can just find some old things from your wardrobe and, just dress up as you probably went to school. If anything, even, I don't know, some accessories if you have. That's already your costume. You don't have to invest in it.
Yeah.
So,
but I can't think of like an example to give to you right now, but I know that's true. I know it's not just me that's creating this atmosphere, and I'm just trying to figure out what I could do about it, to make it different.
The idea of why am I talking about it? Because we spend enough time exploring your history for what you allowed to share, and I realize how it's a lot of challenges and it's a lot of struggles, and I still am not sure what does your support system consist of, and I wonder if
I'm not sure either. Some days, like, I feel, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Do you want to finish?
No, go ahead.
Sometimes I feel like sometimes like the internet makes me feel better or something like that. And mostly I've been trying not to, because there's things that I perceive as like absurd. And I can't even seem to find the words to like share them adequately, because I've tried to in the past and people just kind of like avoid my issues. And that's like, I'm just sitting there trying not to blow my top with all this absurd like stuff that I don't really know how to like fight, so
do you feel that you want to fit in? Do you feel that sometimes you're afraid if the words will be not right, there will be some odd reactions to it, and you will need to explain yourself to them, people on the internet, and all of that causes more anxiety? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, it's not people on the internet, just like people like in general. Sometimes I feel like I want to fit in. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I go someplace and I'm like, wow, this whole place, all these people, like, they seem like very like depressed, hostile types. And that's just, and it's not just me, because I'll find a friend or two that'll say the same thing. And I hate to say it, but sometimes but that would be true, like a health clinic or a mental health care facility.
Well, look, as much as you have a little bit of humorous reaction to it, it is true. Sometimes people really get so much questions about themselves, and they never got the experience of this, I don't know, common humanity or kindness from others in the amount that will be enough for them. And it's
I see you understand what I'm saying. So yeah. I wanted to say something further. So now imagine like, okay, well, I have to go to the doctor, supposedly, like if I'm sick. And even if the energies there are hostile, like I'll prioritize that. But with me, it's like, what if I go to a party and I'm still looking around and I'm feeling like these people are like sharks or something? Then you're gonna say it's me, and I'm gonna say no, it's these people.
I will not say that
like
it's
food
I will
shopping
just
even.
say that my position is not tell you what to do and who's bad and who's right. My position is to increase your awareness. Because look, if you have more positive experiences than negative experiences, if every time, say you attend, starting today, you will attend 20 parties, and on 13 of those parties, you will be really feeling welcome and warm, and people will talk to you and they will share your views of life, and they will also have kids around your son's age. Like, you will have so many things in common.
I still feel like they're insincere. I still feel like there's something aloof about these people, and if I try to identify it, then people are like, you lunatic,
Well, and there is an explanation to it. Look, story about a girl.
It totally is.
The girl was living by herself for a long, long time. She developed super hyper independence, and the word that I love the most, because most of my clients got it, this is something called hypervigilance. Hypervigilance is a state when your surroundings were not safe and stable.
Is it like paranoia kind of sort of?
No, it's the sense of hyperchustительность. Like, you're very attuned to the world around you because you don't want something bad to happen to you, and you want to protect those are there with you and protect yourself. So you will be super very careful. You hear what's going on, you see what's going on, and you kind of expect the worst because your life taught you the experience where you have to. You have to always be in this position.
I'm in a strange situation though, where I'm forced to ignore things like pounding on the wall or really loud music, but at the same time, I'm expected to be attuned to like other people's feelings, because that is somehow like what dictates how I live. Because like, say I piss a delivery guy off, guess what I'm getting for dinner? Nothing, So it's kind of like, I understand what you're saying, but I kind of have to be emotionally like reactive.
What I'm saying, because
I really feel like these are not the same people that I grew up with, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
And that's why. So if we're going back to the example of the parties, that's why you would feel that this is like an insecure interaction, because you don't have enough of positive experience. And imagine if your life is completely different and you only had, I don't know, you grew up in a neighborhood and you still live in this neighborhood. You know every single pot, the hole on the ground, every single, like, the smell of someone's cooking, and you know the name of every single neighbor, and everybody is helping you and looking after your kid, and you have this friendly environment. Of course, your guards will be like very minimal, to the level of like you would even give someone keys to your apartment.
What I have to think about is that, and you made me realize it again, because every time I get like that, I'm to myself, listen, Ilona, the fact of the matter is you don't control these people. Even if you are like attentive to what they want from you, you can't control them, And I've been trying to curb myself with that like, I don't control other people, and I don't know everyone in this neighborhood. That's one.
Of course.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna, take it easy and see what sometimes I want to see what they do for me, because, sometimes it's that sort of relationship.
And that's also safe strategy, to allow yourself time to observe these people enough. Because again, your main task in this life is to survive and to not go insane. And you've been doing with this practically good, not only for yourself, but also for your son. We always forgetting that being a solo mom is not just something that everybody born with. It is something that is challenging. There is a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of anxiety for this little person. Before he learns how to walk and talk and eat, and you understand everything about his preferences, it's stress all the time. So
I get so mad that I'm like, where is his father too? Like, what, I wish.
That's a good question.
Like, sometimes like I want to ask someone, like, how do I find this man? Like, he legit has some sort of social security number somewhere or something. Like, how do I go look for him? Because I feel like emotionally, like, he might be the only one that's a parent with me to this person, And that would be true, like, as a fact,
Well, if I may ask, when was the last time you spoke to him?
Oh, like last year. and it was like a mess, like a text message, and then he just disappears. So I don't know where he is, and he switches phones like that. Like it's happened for years.
Have you ever had any of his social media to be able to not have it connected to the phone number, but maybe to an email?
I looked on all the social media with his name, and none of it's active that I found. So
Okay.
I would
Another question would be any other friends you have in common? Family members?
No.
On his.
no, because they moved.
Okay. Well, the easiest way will be if you know his full name, if you know his full legal name or his family's anyone full legal name, you can Google, and based on your intuition, just see those people's, like, say, ages. And if there is a picture, how they look, if you know their occupation, where they work. Sometimes it helps. Back in the days we had yellow pages, nowadays it's just Googling. Maybe he is out there, or maybe some of your friends know someone who's connected to him, because remember
I feel
how
like at this point that like it would have to be a private detective or an FBI. The FBI would have to go and find him.
or you hire anyone. It could be maybe with the old number there was like an email address and you can just shoot a text there, or just go to Facebook and type his first name and last name and scroll. I sometimes would find, say, my classmates like this, because I have no idea how they look now. So I will go, sometimes you cannot sleep and you think, how is my friend from third grade or first grade? Well, you only know their names, and sometimes if it's a woman, if they get married, they change their name, but they will put it like on the side. Sometimes I will find someone like this, seriously.
Point is, like, you can't find them unless they want you to be found, or
True.
like.
If he's not hiding from anyone, it's possible to find him.
And I don't own the internet either. That's another thing. Like I don't even know like where can I find them, what resources I could use to find them, because not all resources would be available.
I'm glad to hear that. Sometimes you really would love to reconnect with people, because you see, even though you had some challenges and struggles and trauma in your life, you're still human. You still want to have this connection. And for your son to have connection with his father. Because yes, maybe he's not the best person for the fact that he disappeared. But one day, as life is always up and down,
Like, just if I go batshit crazy, or like when I'm like, having a struggle or something, I can't, it would be like so cool if I
he never asked
alive and I could find him at a certain location or something, because oh boy, oh well.
You never know. Well, was he in New York last time you guys spoke?
Yeah, but that was a while ago. That was like months ago. So.
Well, Christmas
and
is coming.
I literally text the same number, and I don't think that phone's even like it's texting, but I don't think it's. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, a little trick.
Maybe he knows I'm alive. Maybe he's looking me up with his resources and stuff. Yeah.
Sometimes people find each other in messengers. Like if you have something that is called WhatsApp, it is usually connected to your phone number, and then you can see if people have their account or not.
Yeah, but people sign in with like their fake names and stuff.
Names can be fake, but number. Usually, also people like our age and up, they are showing their like pictures, their face. Like this will be me, and you will recognize me. If you've ever seen me, you'll be like, "Oh, that's Anne. I know her." Like there is no need for me to create and put something, some flowers or some mystery. People put themselves and they talk like this. My father told me that they had a group chat with people from his school. Mind you, it's not even that many people anymore. Dark humor. They just try to be closer to each other, and they really want to connect through that. Like if you know someone's number, there will be their picture in this messenger, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's him."
Oh, like classmates or something. Yeah. Like I had like 3 I think 4 people that I knew from no, like 5 people that I knew from high school reached out to me over the years. So that's nice.
It takes. Sometimes you have to be the person to reach
I
out.
just,
Sometimes-
I'm just expressing my anger about it too, because like I feel like he knows a lot, like more about the city's inner workings or something. Maybe that's just my mind going, but sometimes I just want this like man to be responsible, you know. So that's all I was thinking about. I wasn't even like really, you know. Because it's
Well-
him too. Like my kid is his kid too. There's no way, you know. So
Legally, did you ever file for child support? Because if you
I
file
absolutely did. I absolutely did. But like the HRA takes care of it, and he has not paid it. And he has not paid it. And I also think that he owes me a lot more than what he's filing for his taxes. I think a lot of things about his persons that I don't even want to talk about. You know, so, but I was just venting, you know, about, you know,
I mean,
where did he go and stuff, because, I don't know. I'd really like to know what he thinks about, you know, these past couple of years and now and everything else, and I don't have like a way to connect with
Let's
him.
see, because it's holiday season coming, and he might want to reach out or talk to you or to his son. Also, will it be okay for me to ask your son's name? Because I'm always referring to him as him, the kid, the boy. I would rather call him by his name because
Patrick.
there is more like respect.
His name is Patrick.
Patrick.
Yeah.
Patrick. So yeah, maybe he would want to talk to Patrick and be like, "How's my boy doing?"
Yeah, because I don't know, whatever, like, even if like he knows we're struggling and like he like feels bad or something, like maybe for him to see us struggling, like his pride would be hurt, but we are actually the ones struggling. So, you know, like, we're mad at him too, just you know, like.
Well, and Patrick is growing. I'm sure that sometime sooner rather than later, he will start asking you questions. He will be like asking questions about his dad's family side and see, because it's part of our development to know who are our ancestors, how they were living, where are they from, what's in there. At some point of our lives, we'll wonder about it, and it's usually somewhere between 13 and 16. So.
Oh my god. He's already asking questions. So, yeah.
It's interesting.
Okay.
And sometimes it's a chance for you to also open up the new chapter. You know, sometimes they say that our life is like a novel, but it's rather короткие рассказы, like short stories, a book with short stories, because one ends, that's it, another one starts, that's it, and then you think that this is it, there will be no more other stories there, and then there is another story there. It's rather that.
Oh no! Oh my god, man. So like, you made me think of something. Сказка про белого пучка. You made me think of something. It's like, it's like a to be continued. Like, yeah.
Maybe it's another thought to think through. Maybe. All right then. Well, I'm definitely glad to see that you're feeling better this week. Hopefully you will be fully recovered, as good as new, by the next week. And next week we're meeting at our regular time.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you for your time, love.
So,
Have a good
you too. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.